Hello and welcome to your postnatal session number 6. Today we're going to start standing again, and you will need your block and definitely one of the resistance bands, or if you haven't got one you can try with a pair of ladies' tights. Maybe a chair on standby for some of the exercise. Okay, let's get going. Just going to start our setup, so feet nice and parallel. Soften the knees, remember your water bowl as your pelvis, and we're going to tip the water forwards and backwards out of the bowl. Engaging your pelvic floor back to front. And as always, let's just do some pelvic elevators as we do this. So breathing in, exhale, zip up, hollow back to front, bring the elevator all the way up to the 10th floor, and releasing back down. And just a few more. Just ready to settle in to the work ahead. You can also do this with your arms down if you prefer. And then make it smaller and smaller until there's no more movement and your pelvis is just in the middle where there's no movement left. Okay, we're going to bend the knees and straighten and float up into your toes. Really focusing on getting the energy through the inner thighs into the big toe joints. Remember, you can always use the block as your reference point if you've still got wobbly ankles. Yeah, so I'd like you to think core engagement through inner thighs, imaginarily pushing the heels together so you get that connection. Okay, let's do some arm flows to the side and all the way up and recover. And the next one we're going to do forwards, so just to feel the difference. Forwards and V shape and forwards and down to the side again, remembering to stay in peripheral vision, and remember to rotate. With every degree that you lift your arms, you also rotate them. So forwards, the palms stay facing, and then open. Now we're going to combine this with our bends and rises. So we're going to bend and straighten and rise and lower. Same thing to the front end, bend and straighten and rise and lower. So again, really focus onto your shoulder blades. Imagine the arms are your wings and they are only moving because you are in control of your shoulder blades. The shoulder blades are the control centers. And we're just going to do one last one in each direction, that is. So one to the side and straighten and rise and lower and bend and straighten and rise. Good, we're going to go straight to your roll down. We're going to do a few in the center and a few to the right and left. Again, if you prefer doing this on the wall, you can do that. I've got lots of clients that prefer doing it against the wall, whether you can do it in the center or not, but somehow I personally find that as well against the wall, you can articulate better because you've got that feedback. But that's entirely up to you. So soft knees, breathing in, exhale, zip up and roll. Zip up and hollow and roll down. Again, tempo of your choice. You might want to take this super slow and then straighten your legs at the bottom so you've got a little stretch of your hamstrings. Make sure the head is relaxed. You can nod your head yes, shake it to the side, and then nod it yes again. Bend your knees, zip up, hollow, roll up. We're just going to do one more down the center. And straighten. And bend, zip up, hollow to roll up. Okay, before we're going to do this turning to the side, we're just going to do some spinal rotation. So zip up and hollow, keeping the headlines forward and spinally rotate around. And recover. So really making your waist long. Okay, then we're going to go to that rotation, making sure the hips stay forward. Roll down, slightly sideways, making sure the knees stay pointing forward as well. You might find you have to bend your knees quite a bit more, and it also might feel like you're sort of stuck in that position. So again, then maybe you're too far to the side, you have to swing back a little bit further forward. When you're at the bottom, just come to the center and roll up. Repeat other directions, so spiral rotation and rolling down. Coming to the center and roll up. Right, we're going to add a little side bend with it, so float one arm up, bending to the side, and then from there go into that diagonal roll down. So you're going to drop this up shoulder down. That's you now back to your diagonal roll down, but you've got a longer leverage because this arm is pulling down. And center and rolling up. Other side, arm floats up, breathe in, exhale, zip up, hollow, go to the side bend. Top shoulder rotates round, so you get an extra stretch for the quadratus lumborum and rolling down. Coming to center, roll up, and we're going to do one last one each side, and we're going to finish on a balance with those. So float arm up, bending to the side. Top shoulder rotates round. Relax arm, rolling down. Coming back to center. Rolling up. And pelvis into neutral, floating the arms to the side and up and rise. And one more to the other side. Float arm up. Bend up and over, top arm rotates your body round, soft knees rolling down. Swinging back to the center. Roll up, imagining a plumb line either side of you, so hips, shoulders, earlobes, all come into one line, floating arms up and rise. And lower. Excellent. You will now need your band. I'm going to start with a very soft one, and we're going to do the dumb waiter exercise. So just as a little recap, because we haven't done this the last few weeks, you've got your upper arms attached to your rib cage, pushing the shoulder blades down. You're opening up, keeping the upper arms as attached as you can. Extend the arms to the side, and then rotate backwards. So we're going to do this with the aid of a stretchy band, which simply intensifies the exercise. Now make sure you've got it flat across your back, because if it's all crumpled up it might be a little bit uncomfortable. So the biggest challenge is getting it there. It's like getting dressed, I suppose. Okay, so here you are in charge how much you pull it. So this is quite a soft band, so I'm going to pull it quite tight. And just have it between your thumb and index finger. And then it's the same exercise. So it should be roughly sitting where your bra strap is. So opening up. And there we go. That's too much. There we go. That really intensifies the exercise. You might not be able to straighten your arms fully, and that's okay. So this does work with a pair of ladies' tights, but the resistance band works better. Breathing in, exhale, zip up and hollow. And as you stretch the band out, really work on the pelvic floor. So imagine you had another resistance band inside you. Your pelvic floor is a resistance band. So you can work them at the same time. Just 2 more. So this is a really good exercise because with carrying baby, you're probably hunching forward quite a bit, a lot of the time, and then those muscles get long and weak while we want them short and strong to help you stay upright. I forgot to count now. Let's do 1 more. Excellent. Okay, we've done bow and arrow last week, or last session, so we're going to do that again, but with a hinge forward. So first of all, let's practice the hinge forward. Soft knees, and just hinge forward as much as you can with staying into a flat back. So just imagine you've done this dumb waiter exercise, so no curving in the upper spine. So the hinge, if it might be only very small, if you're very strong, very loose, you might almost come to tabletop. Yeah? So really draw the tummy in, hinging forward. So it's hinging from your hips. No rolling, we're done with rolling. Okay, so we're going to go into our bow and arrow. So place the arms forward, soft knees, and come into your bow and arrow position. That's it. And then you're going to be hinging forwards. And then you're going to take your eye line to your back arm as it unfolds. And recover to standing upright. So bow and arrow, hinging forwards. You might have to bend your knees a little bit more. Take your eye line open to the back arm. And release. I'm going to do a few more sideways. So, bow and arrow, you keep looking over the front arm. Then you're going to hinge forward. Take your eye line to the back arm. And release. Bow and arrow, making sure the headline stay forward. Soft knees, hinging forwards. And open up. And release. 1 more set. And bow and arrow, hinge. I see we can hinge a little bit further and open up. Oh yeah, that really makes it a lot harder if you hinge further. But remember, you've got to have a flat back. So if you can't flat back at all, do bow and arrow without the hinge. And open. And release. Oh, that feels great in the back. Excellent. Squats. So this time we're going to go down for 1 count. And come up nice and slowly. So we did 16 last time. We're going to do 16 again. I'm going to do 4 here, 4 here, 4 here, and 4 here. But I'm also going to add the single leg balance. I'm going to go down fast, come up quickly. I'll show you once it goes. 1, 2, 3, 4, and yeah. If you're still wobbly, cut the one-legged balance out. Here we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, balance, replace. 2, squeeze your bum, push forwards, balance. And 3, squeeze your bum, push forward, balance. And 4. Going to go into my scapular mode. And 1, 2, 3, 4, up. And 1, 2, 3, 4, up. And number 3, 2, 3, 4, up. Number 4, 2, 3, 4, up. I'm changing my arms to the side. Side, 2, 3, 4, balance. And down, 2, 3, 4, balance. And down, 2, 3, 4, balance. Last one of that side. Down, 2, 3, 4, balance. Swinging the arms up. Down, 2, 3, 4, balance. Down, 2, 3, 4, balance. Down, 2, 3, 4, balance. And the last one. Down, 2, 3, 4, balance. Oh, they are getting easier, aren't they? Lunges. Okay, we're going to step forwards and backwards. So hands on hips, and it goes stepping forwards, coming back. Other leg, stepping forwards, coming back, and then you're going to step backwards. Step back, step back. Okay, we're just going to do a few rounds of those. Front, front, back, back. It's just challenging the balance. Here we go. And front, and close. And front, and close. And back, and close. And back, and close. And again. Front, close. Front, close. Back, close. Back, close. Front, in. Front, in. Back, in. Back, in. Last round, we're going to add on some pulses. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Close. 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 You can continue if you want. There's nothing stopping you doing more than those. I'm going to add one more round where we just stretch. So go forward, tuck under and stretch. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Other leg. And 1, tuck under. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Stepping backwards. 1, tuck under. 2, 3, 4, stay tall. 5, 6, 7, 8. Last one. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Excellent. Last thing stood up. We're going to do a quad stretch, which we normally do lying down. But I think after the squats and lunges, we really want to do the quad stretch now. So, grabbing the ankle, you might want to hold on to something, and tucking under. So, let's go this way around. We're aiming to get the knee as close to the other one, and as far backwards as you can, without sticking your bum out. So remember that water bowl. Get your water bowl into place. That's it. And then see whether you can bring the knees pretty much together and float it backwards, but no arching, because you lose the stretch and it's no good for your lower back. And then change to the other side. So keep supporting knee bend, water bowl into place, and then bring the knee in and backwards. If you can also straighten the leg, but to set up it's easier to have the knee bent. And relax. Good. We're going to get down to the floor. Okay, we're going to start with pelvic lifts again. So we've done them with 2 legs, we've done them with floating your arms up, and we've done them on 1 leg. So I'm going to give you another variation. So let's get ready, and you can play along. Okay, so just a few pelvic tilts to settle in, breathing in. Exhale, zip up, hollow, imprint. Just 2 more. And the next one, we're going to go for a simple pelvic lift. Squeeze glutes, driving the pubic bone all the way up. So if you're still struggling with those, simply stick with this version. A good thing to do is also put a block between your knees. I've lost my block now, because the knees will wander open, so block or pillow really works well. You could do them with arm. If you do that with baby, you might have to hold one hand or do one arm. That's also good for coordination. So let's try some of those. So again, this was all about coordinating the arm with the pelvic movement, because the arm needs to move faster. Do one on the other side. And then you could also do some, I think we've done the baby lifting exercise here, just as arms, haven't we? Okay, so you could actually do this. I'm coming off the mat. Do the pelvic lift as you raise baby in the same direction. So breathe in, exhale, zip up, roll, squeeze bum, and here we go. I think that really helps pulling the tummy in and then coming back down. Which means I'm just giving you a variation of things to do, because we do them all the time because they're really good. So you choose your own pick and mix of pelvic tilts. With lifting the baby that way, you can also do the one-legged ones, if that was an option for you. I'm going to swap legs. So the new version I was going to give you today is lifting the heels off the ground. So I'm going back to the normal version, and I'm rolling up, and I'm going to peel a heel off the ground and place it back down. So you can stay up there and just do the heel pedals. And see how much weight you can get onto one leg. Could you take this toe off the ground? This is really hard. So what we don't want is just trying to get the toe off and dip. It's all about the stability. So maybe just the heel off is enough. I'm just going to do one more, and you can follow along or do your own variation of what your body individually needs. I'm going to do one of those. I like it with the arms up. Somehow it really works better for me. I'm going to do some heel pedals. Really good for the hamstrings. And release back down. Ooh, good. So stretch your knees into your chest, if you've got room. Okay, and we're going to do our hip rolls. So we had a variation on the floor and we had a variation in the air. I'm going to do just a few in each direction. So zip up and hollow, and allow the knees to drop to one side. So if you do this with the baby, put one arm around baby, and that's in the direction that your knees are going to be rolling. So we're imprinted, rolling the head in the opposite direction. So if you do the holding the baby version, I would probably do 2 or 3 in the same direction, otherwise you'd be changing arms forever. And then try the other side. Really making sure you come to imprint as you recover. So either keep going with those, and if you want to do the version in the air, bring both legs into double knee fold, legs together, and with holding baby that's going to be much harder. Yeah, definitely. Oh yeah, that works better. So if you do the air version, you want to have the arms the other way around. So I've got the right arm out and I'm moving my legs to the right. That works better. So I'm going to do 4 in that direction. Making sure you're imprinting. And then changing arms and sides. Really working with that breath. Two more. Good, and then place the legs back down one at a time. Then moving straight onto single knee folds, which we have done. So squeeze the legs together, imprint, sliding one leg along, only as far as you can with imprinting. Come back up, squeeze legs together, other leg. Breathe in, exhale, zip up hollow and slide. Now you could do this with the opposite arm. Again, this is about coordination, so everything arrives at the same time. And with lifting the arm, make sure your rib cage doesn't flare out. And think of drawing the stomach together. So either keep going with those, or you can try both legs together at the same time, which is a lot harder. Depending on what surface you've got. Yeah, oh, I'm already arching. So less is more. You might have to do little toe crawls if you're not slipping. That's it. And then walk yourself back. If you're on carpet, you probably are alright. Carpet and socks. But on the mat, this proves somewhat of a challenge. But this is quite nice as well. It's a little toe workout and really helps me stay in parallel. I can feel exactly where I'm losing my imprint. So I'm just hovering around that area and just really imprinting. That's really tough. And I walk back. 2 more. You can also do this with an arm extension. Again, making sure your chest doesn't flare. Arms should definitely not be on the ground because it just makes your chest flare. And back, and I'm going to do the last one. And sit squeeze together. That's really good for your inner thighs as well, and coming back up. Oh, okay, we're going to do some hamstring work. So you want your stretchy band or the ladies' tights. Now for this one, I'm going to use the harder, the more resistant stretchy band. I'm going to put my foot in. We've done this with the karate belt or the strap or the bathroom belt, so that works as well. Okay, so simply we have done this, so circle the leg round, keeping the rest of you nice and still. So you might find with the circles that you're slightly coming out of imprint, and that's fine. So just treat it as a massage for your lower spine. So wherever the leg is, it brings you from imprint into neutral. Okay. When we've previously done this, I've asked you to keep everything still, no movement, totally imprinted. Today, just slightly different. Let your pelvis rock from imprint to neutral. Change direction of the circle. Okay, keep the leg where it is. Now we're definitely going to stay sort of imprinted. I want the back of the knee nice and straight. So your leg might be here, and that's absolutely fine. And we're just going to stretch the leg as much as you can. So stretch as in lengthen it, sending the heel away from you and bringing your toes to your nose. And we're going to hold for 8 seconds. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Release. So that would be a maintenance stretch. We're going to do that again. And flex, lengthening the heel away from you, bringing the toes to the nose. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Then grab the band with the opposite hand to leg. Other arm goes to the side or onto the baby, and we're just going to float the leg across. Again, you have to play around with the range of movement, trying to keep the bum cheek on the floor, just stretching across. So have a quick check where your leg wants to be, higher up, lower down. If you want it lower down, the other knee seems to be in the way, so extend it a little bit away from you. And also for stability, you can turn it in. That stops you from tippling over. Imprint, and we're going to hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ready? So we're going to do that one more time with flexing the foot. So go into your stretchy position, send the heel away from you, flex the foot, hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Changing legs. Okay, so starting with soft circles, allowing the pelvis to come in and out of neutral spine. And just breathe naturally throughout. And the other way around. Coming to center, flexing the foot. So send the heel away, toes to nose, stretching 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And relax. And one more time. Stretching the legs, send the heel away, flex the foot, toes to nose, tummy engaged, elevator 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold your band and the opposite arm to leg, other arm onto baby or to the side, and across it over. Play around with where your leg needs to be. I like mine lower, so I'm turning this other knee in. There we go, just find your place, and we're going to stretch and imprint for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Release. One more time, but we'll really flex the foot as well. So flexing the heel, ankle, toes to nose, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And release. Well done. Just rock your legs from side to side. And we're going to come up to sitting to do our roll downs. So last session, we've just been learning to come off your sitting bones. So again, put your fingers underneath your bum. You should feel a sitting bone. You're right on them. And we were just doing a minor contraction to come off the sitting bones and to then come back on. Okay. So especially if you have a cesarean, that might be enough. You want to stick with that. However, if you're ready, you can progress to the next level. So the next level starts exactly the same. You do exactly that movement. Breathe in, exhale, zip and hollow, tummy in, come off those sitting bones, and then you simply roll down further. Making sure that your tummy doesn't bulge out. As soon as you see tummy bulging out, you know you've gone too far. It wants to be hollowed out like a C curve. Okay? And then coming back up and straight. So a few visual images. So, on your sitting bones, tummy in, off your sitting bones. You're coming into a C curve or a cat stretch, which also means you can check what your tummy is doing because you can see it blobbing out. Now to come back, if you imagine you're a unicorn with a horn, and the unicorn horn wants to come in between your knees, so the horn leads. The horn leads, tummy stays in. Once you're off your sitting bones, you can really feel that. You then straighten up over the sitting bones. Okay, so a quick reminder, off the sitting bones, tummy in, C curve, which means the neck and head fold in at the same angle. Unicorn, coming forward, and then sitting upright. Now if you're very strong already, you can do this with baby stood up already, so if you can wedge them in between your legs. There we go. That's an option. You could do this with baby lying here. You might have to turn your knees in slightly. It's harder to articulate your spine if you've got your legs closer together. Okay. Personally, I will just put the baby down. If you're really struggling, you can also use the stretchy band. So simply pop it around your feet, and that really does help with the way up. Again, you have to play around with leg distance. So sitting nice and tall. This one I like with the stretchy bands because it also engages the shoulder blades. So zip up, hollow, tuck under, and roll. And then coming back up, unicorn style, and sitting tall. So this is just something you need to experiment. So just a reminder, you want to look out, tummy bulging out, no good, you've gone too far. And don't go beyond the point of no return, because we do want to return. And sit tall or taller every time you come back up. So again, it's not about how far you can get backwards, it's how much can you curve your lower spine. It's all about lower spine. It's like rolling down the wall, just the other way around. Tummy in, tummy in, tummy in. Curve the lower spine. Keep your tummy in, keep your tummy in, keep your tummy in. And as I said, it might be staying with a very small movement. I mean, people have got all sorts of backs. Some backs articulate really well, so this won't be a problem. Other backs are really stiff, and even with rolling down the spine, they just don't articulate. It takes a long time. So if you're one of those people that really struggle with rolling down the wall, where you've got a large section that's not articulating, this is going to be hard for you. So stick to the very small version. You'll get more benefit out of it rather than rolling all the way down. Okay. We're going to do threading the needle, next step up. Okay, so just a quick recap of what threading the needle was. Okay, you're our table, everything's stable, and we're going to open up. And threading through, placing ear onto baby. Okay, so next step up is, if you're doing the right arm, extend your left leg backwards. Okay, it simply makes it a little bit more wobbly. So I'm going to do 4 on each side, so you can either join me with that harder version or stick to the easier version. Here we go, breathing in. And exhale. And second one, breathing in, really pushing out of both arms. And reach. How long can you make your arms? Think of stretching your wings either side. And reaching through. And one more on this side. And through. and 4 on the other side. So extending the leg out and opening up and through. And opening up and through. 2 more. And breathing in. Strong wings in rotation. And through. And the last one. And through. Excellent. Okay, we're going to do a little bit more work for the glutes. So you might want to have your pillow. Okay, so we are trying to have our legs forward at 90 degrees. Okay? You might find that hard, in which case it's slightly diagonal, but in an ideal world our back and our legs would be making a 90-degree angle. The first step we do is we're going to lift the leg, turn it in, and then touch ground in front. Okay, so lift, turn it in, and we're just going to go for 16 pulses. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, really turn it in, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and relax. Feel that you're ready. So the next one is again turning it in, then you touch in front, touch behind, touch in front, touch behind. We're going to do 16 of those as well. Ready. Lift, turn in, and 1, and 2, tummy in, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, ooh, and 9, and 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Oh, that's a really hard one. Just relax the leg. Okay, then the top leg comes a little bit further back, sort of halfway between underneath you and 90 degrees. Bend it slightly, and we're just going to do 16 pulses there. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Now that is super hard and you might not manage 16, so just do as many as you can and then build up from there. So we better stretch this leg out. So the leg that's aching is the one that you're going to fold over. There we go, and now just push the knee away and bring it back in. So just push and in. Or you can lift this leg up and then hold hands underneath. There we go, and then just rock from side to side. And then we're going to change over the whole thing on the other side. And you can go back onto your little bed. There we go. So, 90 degrees. Remember, if your side's hurting, just put the pillow underneath. And sorry, the second side is always harder. Lift, turn in, 16 touches in front. Lift, turn in, and 1, 2, 3. Work your core. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Relax. And then we're going to do the up and overs. Ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and relax. And just the last one to do. Okay, so legs slightly there. Lift and 16 pulses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Good, stretching out. So the working leg comes folded over. And just pushing it down and release. Or lift the leg in, interlink hands floated towards you and rock from side to side. Okay, put the feet back down. We're going to come to lying on our fronts. We did the star last time, so we're going to do the star with arms and legs together at the same time. So this one was the arms a little bit wider and the legs a little bit wider, star shape line. Just 3 zip up and hollows to get started. Tummy off. And release. And tummy off. And release. And tummy off. And release. We're going to start with lifting opposite arm to leg at the same time. So tummy off. Lifting opposite arm to leg. And release. Remember, it's not about the lifting, it's about the lengthening. So the leg lengthens away off the hip socket, the shoulder blade pushes down towards your heels, and the arm floats off. Let's do the other side. So if you're struggling with that, just do arms and legs separate. One leg, one arm, other arm. If you're fine, we're now going to go for the full star. So zip up and hollow, lift one arm, one leg, lift the other party, and come back down together. And then reverse. Zip up, hollow, lift one arm, one leg, lift other arm, one leg, and down. Then you can add looking at the marble, rolling away, okay? So zip up, hollow, one side, other side, looking at the marble, making sure your belly is off the ground and your breastbone stays on the ground. And release. Zip up, hollow. Arm and leg opposition. Other arm opposition. Lifting tummy off the ground, watching the marble. And release. So you can do a few more of those, or you can lift everything at the same time. Zip up, hollow. Lift arms and legs, watch the marble roll. 2 more, so you choose your variation. And the last one. Excellent. Moving your bum from side to side. I didn't give any adaptations for if your breasts are sore, but we've done so many adaptations over the last 5 weeks, because this is week 6. Just pick one of those and you know what to do. Right, to chillax at the end, we're just going to do our chalk circles. So, just 4 circles in each direction, because they are nice and relaxing. Legs at 90. Arms folded in, sorry, not arms folded in, pillow underneath your nose. We're going to reach forward. We've done those before, so just enjoy. So if you want, you can extend the top leg away and circle around. Every start, you're going to reach the top arm away again. Tucking under, so when my arms above the head, that's where I'm really tucking under. And then extending the leg, tucking under more. And release. Breathe naturally throughout. Tucking under as the arm crosses your head and extend. And one more. Tuck and extend. Good, changing over to the other side. This is one of the exercises I could just do for hours. So if you feel you want to just keep going or doze off in that position, not a problem, make the most out of it. So again, we're going to go forward, circle, arm comes above head, tucking under, circle around, extending the leg. And breathe. Tuck, extend leg, make sure you take your eye line all the way around. Don't forget this one works nice with the baby cradled in your arm or in your lap as well. Tuck. Okay, I'm just going to take a few breaths in child pose or extended child pose, just to relax. Okay, so open your knees a little bit wider and just relax down. Remember, if you've got bad knees, you just want to have a pillow in between there. So just send the breath into your upper back. And relax. Let your belly flop out. Breathing into your wings, where your wings originate from, into those shoulder blades. So try and fill everything in your body. So breathing into your back, into the diaphragm and into the belly. Extend the arms forward, come off your heels a little bit and do the same thing. So just breathing into the back, ribs, belly. And then coming to swan or totally extended child pose. Again, try breathing into your back, diaphragm, belly, and relax. And then try the other way around, see whether you can fill your belly first. So breathing into your belly button, then the ribs, then the back, and relax. I mean, the logical progression would be belly, ribs, upper back. But I find for stretching in this position, breathing into the upper back first works better, or simply just breathing into the upper back. So you just choose what you want to do. If you're quite loose in the shoulders, you can bring your arms narrow together. And then remember, in one of the sessions we had an image where you thought you had a baby elephant stood on your hands, softly holding them to the ground. Another baby elephant standing at the small of your back to lengthen your spine away. So just visualize that and see whether you can stretch yourself a little bit longer. Okay, then the baby elephant that's got his foot on your lower back puts a little bit more pressure, so your bum sliding back down to your heels. And we're going to come up. Okay, so that's the end of your session 6. Again, if there's anything in there that's too hard, just come back to a simpler option. They're sort of building up, and I'm always giving the simpler options. So listen to your body. Remember, it's not a competition, it's what's your best for you. And I'll see you in session 7. Bye.